Welcome back. This is HCI. Now we are going to see evaluation techniques or the methods of evaluation. Under the evaluation, first you should know what is evaluation. Evaluation is testing the usability and functionality of the system. The evaluations can be done via in the stage of design as well as in the stage of implementation. At all stages, it should be completed and considered in the design life cycle. It is occurring in laboratory, field, or in collaboration with users. The goals of evaluation is for assessing the extent of system functionality, for assessing the effect of user interface, identifying the specific problems in the design. Now, we are able to understand the evaluation using the expert analysis, using the cognitive walkthrough, heuristic evaluation, review-based evaluation, and even the model-based evaluation. This cognitive walkthrough, it is proposed by Paulson. It evaluates how well it supports a user in learning the task, that is, using the experts via the guide analysis. If you look at the guide analysis, it focuses on the goal and knowledge. What is the heuristic evaluation? It is proposed by Nielsen models. The examples of heuristic are the system behavior, whether it is predictable or consistent, or whether the feedback is provided or not. It helps in order to find the debugs of the design. What's review-based? Obviously, this is from the literature review. Finally, the model is via the Gomes model or the cognitive models to filter the design options. Evaluating through the user participation. Earlier, we saw via laboratory studies, the advantages are the specialists are used, disadvantages, obviously, it is difficult to observe and the lack of context. Field studies, the advantages, natural environment, and it is context retained. Whereas disadvantages, you have distractions towards. Experimental evaluation, it is within the controlled environment and you need to choose the hypothesis, even you understand the changes in behavioral measures. The participants are the users, different variables to modify and measure, hypothesis to be maintained, finally, experimental design to be considered. What are the variables? You have independent and dependent variables. Independent is nothing but it can be changed. Characteristics can be changed with different conditions. Dependent characteristics measured in the experiments. Hypothesis, nothing but you have null hypothesis, not like states no difference between the conditions. The predictions of the outcome. Experimental design within the group can be considered, but between the group can also be considered. Within the group, for example, if it is within the group, then it is a choice of task. Data gathering analysis is an issue. Field studies are an example of it. Observational methods. If you look at the observational method, it is think aloud method. Here, the observed programming task is done by the user. The advantage is simplicity, whereas the disadvantage, again, it is subjective and selective, depends on the user. Cooperative, now you have collaborations in the evaluation. However, the advantages is less constrained, but the disadvantages is groupism. Protocol analysis via the paper and pencil, simple, cheap. It is mixed in use practice. You have even audio and video transcriptions for that. Automated analysis. Now, automated analysis is a workplace project. Basically, the analyst has to have time to focus towards relevant incidents. But the disadvantages are like lack of concept, or even it can relate to post-hoc interpretations. Query techniques. Query techniques can be interviews or questionnaires. Interviews using your analyst questions based on the prepared. Whereas what is questionnaire? Set of fixed questions given to the users. Here it is quicker to achieve, but disadvantage, less flexible, less probing. The questions can be general type, open-ended, scalar, multi-choice, ranked. Psychological methods. Psychological methods initially started with eye tracking. Now we have different sensors for psychological measurement. If it is eye tracking, then it can be measured via fixations, saccades, scanning paths. Fixations are maintaining the eye stable at a position. Saccades, rapid eye movement. Whereas scan paths, slowly you move from one position to other position. In the sense, moving straight to target with a short fixation. The psychological measurements are nothing but measuring using the senses, or the measurements include the emotional response between the linking of the physical changes. For example, galvanic skin response, electrocardiogram, electroencephalogram, electromyogram, like that. What is universal design? We have so many. What is a universal design? Universal design principles has to be simple, flexible, intuitive to use, tolerance for errors, low physical effort, size and space should be less, and approachable. We can use multi-sensor systems in that. For example, different sensory involving in the usable senses like sight, sound, touch can be used together or something. Taste and smell, something like that. Multimodal systems, multimedia systems, use of number of different media to communicate the information. Now, there is a problem in speech recognition because there is often some different sounds. Here it is added between semantics. These are not words, just semantics added. How to remove this? There is an issue in this. For that, a phonetic typewriter is considered. Phonetic typewriter is a case study. It is developed for Finnish. A phonetic language. Finnish is a phonetic language written as it is said. Now I talk. Obviously, somebody is going to write what I'm telling. That is a phonetic language, Finnish. Trained on one speaker will generalize to others. Here, a neural network is trained to cluster together the similar sounds, which are then labeled with the corresponding characteristics. This shows the phonetic typewriter. When I talk, suppose I tell hello, then automatically H-E-L-L-O is pressed. What are the ergons in it? Ergons are nothing but the synthetic sounds used to convey the information. It can create file or create file like this. You can use haptic interaction. Then, what is handwriting recognition? Handwriting consists of complex strokes and spaces. We do not understand it. So, how to recognize it in a day-to-day life? Again, you have to understand the current state, then the application, the gestures even. Depending on the user support. Thank you.